all just fluff content right now. Usually I don't use this. I did use me walking down the stairs the other day. We had these palm trees.
Oh.
And then I used it for a short.
That makes sense.
Got like 70 views or something. But I like it a lot when I'm driving.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, like I'm talking.
Yeah, well, a lot of people also like whenever you're like, when like people are like stationary, like sitting down or like
So
Joe
they, like,
Rogan.
Kind of stationary, but with a moving background, maybe.
Maybe they like it. I don't know. I don't really look at that type of content.
Okay. You just look at memes and stuff, huh? You need to broaden your horizons.
I do, and it's not just memes that I watch.
Anyway, you gotta defend yourself from on trial. Look at this guy from Florida taking the whole fucking road.
What's the PM for?
What's there? What's that?
It was on the driver's license.
Oh, fuck. Time they like to be awake? I don't know. Okay, what's up, guys? DigiModels here. Going to In-N-Out, get some food. Look. It's better whenever I'm passing stuff. I'm not just stationary, but just to get started and warmed up, you know, whenever I'm creating new content and videos, like, actually this morning I came up with a cool video, like, some stock videos have, like, you know, a video of like a person watching a phone, and on the phone is just a green screen, right? And so it's up to you to figure out how to use After Effects or Premiere Pro to place like an image on that green screen within the video, right? It's kind of complex. But there's a After Effects effect function called Mocha, and I had to watch a video on how to use it, but it was pretty good. Essentially, you like draw a mask around the green area and then hit a few buttons, and it'll automatically like synchronize the green area, you know, to the video as it's moving. Because the green screen doesn't stay stagnant; it moves with the video as well. So I had to figure that out with the Mocha effect, and I did, and I just posted that on YouTube and Instagram. So my account's been going up. I like creating the content. It's been pretty fun. You know, it's been interesting seeing the engagement. You know, somebody commented the other day, it was nonsensical, right? Nonsensical comment, and somebody else got on the comment and like defended me. They're like, oh, what are you talking about? He's telling us to like create engaging content. It makes sense. And then like they came back like, da-da-da-da-da. Well, what if the internet ends or something like that? I'm like, what? The internet? Like ending? What? I was like, what is this movie? Is this a movie like Transcendence with Johnny Depp? When they like destroyed all like electricity? I was like, okay, that makes sense. Thanks, Morgan Freeman. I'm from the government. You saved the day again. Anyway, evil AI, right? Oh, AI is so evil. And you know, whenever like if you watch Peter Thiel, he'll talk about how in books and sci-fi and it's always dystopian, right? The future, it's never utopian. You know, it's never like glamorous and happy and everybody's at peace, and it's always war across the universe between every race and
the reason for that is stories need a hurdle for the main character to go over. Otherwise, it's just why should you watch it?
Like the story arc. Yeah. You can't just depend on the story arc. You got to break outside the box, bro. You got to break outside the bounds. You can't just like listen to everybody and what they say a movie's supposed to be. We just watched Warcraft yesterday, and like right from the get-go, they're like showing orcs, and you're like, oh, this is the main orc character. But then they go to the humans, and they're like, well, which human is the main human character? And they're like, oh, well, here's the commander. Oh, and here's a wizard. Oh, and they got to go see the guardian. And he reports to the king. So, I mean, and the king reports to the people and the council and the governments and all that. So, I mean, you know, it's like, that story arc was insane because it had like multiple story arcs, multiple heroes. You know, the orcs were the heroes, the humans were the heroes, and the bad guy in the end, that evil orc, he's still inside the orcs. He was just being controlled by the Gorona, the chick, you know, because she killed the king. So, I mean, sorry to give that away. I mean, it's an old movie, but, you know, it's a good movie. And, like, how do you, you know, put a story framework on that? Like, you know, that story arc, you know, it's tough. So, I mean, they did a great job with that movie. I was, like, just amazed with it. Andor, that's a great show. You know, sometimes they'll flip between Andor being the main character and then they'll go to like the dark side, you know what I mean, and like they'll show their perspective. So I'm really liking how the stories and movies are evolving nowadays. It's not just like the same regurgitated fluff, you know, that's been, you know, manufactured and reproduced and derivatives of it all. So anyway, getting back to the metrics: engagement, attention, social media, where everybody's at, that's where the money's at, and everybody knows it. And that's why Facebook, Google, Twitter, you know, that's why Twitter sold for $30 billion or whatever Elon bought it for. So, you know, what's cool about these new videos now is that I learned how to put it in Premiere Pro so that the captions can go to the, you know, middle, and I can make them glow. And, you know, so those effects matter, and especially the short reels. Like, if you wanted to have virality and organic, like, reach, shorts and reels, and, you know, that's the way to go. Because people have a short attention span. You know, I was checking myself out the other day, like, analyzing myself, how I look at the reels, right? And I'm like, I'm just, like, flipping through. I'm like, okay. And, like, stories on Instagram, and I'm just like, okay. You ever seen the movie Fifth Element?
Yeah, we watched it.
Okay, there's a point where, like, the Fifth Element girl is, like, watching, like, pictures, like, super fast, right? And, like, of the history and whatever, and she's able to, you know, compute it, I guess, and process it, but, you know, she's crying and stuff at nuclear war and all that other shit. Anyway, like, that's how, like, short of an attention span our brains have. And that's why TikTok's so popular. They probably know it. They probably, like, exploiting, you know, metrics that they've acquired through all of this mass data collection. So, there you go. All right, well, we're here. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe, comment, like, you know, share, tell everybody about it. Tag me on all the social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. All right, later.